My speech today is about your voice is an instrument. I want to first of all ask you all, who in the room has studied an instrument before? So quite a few people. This is great. I know Norlene has even a degree in piano. What other instrument do people play? Piano or what instrument?
Trumpet.
Trumpet, yes. What else?
Trumpet.
Trumpet, 2 trumpets. That's great. What other instruments? No?
I played the bass.
Bass, yeah. Acoustic or
Electric.
Electric bass, yeah. And Daniel, did you play any instrument?
No.
No. So you had lots of instruments, that's good. So the voice itself is also an instrument. But you know, if you want to buy a new trumpet, you can go to the music store and you can try out 5 different trumpets and you can just buy whatever one you want. But if you have a voice, you cannot currently go to the hospital and go on a screen and pick out, I would like Beyonce's voice, please. And then they will put the voice inside you. That is not available yet in medical science, but maybe someday. But in the meantime, before the day comes when we can augment our bodies with new implants of voices, we have to be satisfied with the voice that we have built into our bodies. So because of this, the voice is a very unique and special instrument that is quite special for that reason that really you only have one voice and you can't get a new one. So because of that, you need to treat your voice with respect. And to do this, it's good to take care of your health. When I first started singing lessons 3 years ago, I realized quite quickly that if I didn't have a good sleep and I got a cold and my voice, I had a sore throat, I was not able to sing very well and I actually had to miss my lesson. One time I went to my singing lesson, and I said, well, I know I have an hour lesson with you today, I really wanted to see you, but I just can't sing today because my voice is tired, I have a sore throat. And so he says, oh yeah, you can go home. So I was not able to sing that day, even though I had to pay for the lesson anyways. So with this voice, I recommend, if you are singing or public speaking, to do proper exercises to warm up your voice and do things like drinking tea, like a lemon tea is very good for the voice, to keep things warmed up. I would like to now share with you a vocal exercise that my singing teacher taught me, which I think will benefit everyone here to warm up your voice. This is called the lip bubble exercise, and I'd like you to follow along with me as I do it. The first step is to stick your fingers in your cheeks like this, and put your lips together and make the lips bubble like a motorboat, so like this. Alright, that's the first step. That gets the air moving. Next, you want to hum at the same time. It will make a humming motorboat sound.
I can't do it. Oh, there you go.
Try to get a really nice loud sound coming out. The next step is to have the same thing with humming, but start at a low tone, go to a high note, and back down to low. So like this. So what this is doing is a gentle warm-up for your voice. You can spend maybe 1 or 2 minutes doing this exercise, and it will start warming up your vocal folds in your throat, which is a nice gentle way to warm up the voice. Because as any instrument, you need to start warming up the instrument. Say you're going to drive your car really fast across town, and it's a cold day. It's a good idea to warm it up for a few minutes so that when you're going, it's more efficient and it doesn't damage the vehicle. The same thing with the voice. So in other aspects of the voice, in Toastmasters, we learned something called vocal variety. And vocal variety is important to engage your audience, to keep your audience interested in your speech. There's 4 elements of vocal variety: speed, pitch, volume, and tone. So speed is how fast you're speaking. Toastmasters recommends that you speak between 120 and 160 words per minute. So it's about 2 words per second or a little bit faster than that. So if you record yourself, you can kind of calculate if you want, or just have a general sense of how fast you talk. That way it will be not so boring that you're just really, really slow and it's really boring. Or like too fast you can't actually understand. So there you go. And then pitch is the lowness or highness of your voice. If you are asking a question, usually you raise the pitch at the end of the sentence. So we're like, is that really true? And then you see the pitch going up at the end. Some languages, like Mandarin, will use the pitch to actually have meaning in the words. But in English, pitch is usually to introduce the context or the feeling behind what you're saying. And generally, if your voice has such a too low or too high of a pitch, it can be a little bit annoying. And also, if there's no variety in pitch, like if it's just a monotone sound that is not very interesting, it's kind of like a robot. But then if you go up and down, add variety, that's really good. Of course, volume, if you're in a big room, project to the back of the room, you need to start doing those exercises. Warming up your voice to really reach the back of the room and so everyone can hear you. If you're speaking to a slides, try not to turn your head towards the slide and talk towards your slides because then people can't hear you as well. And finally, regarding tone, try to have a smile in your voice. If you're on a conference call, try smiling. And the other people will get a better feeling about your voice. And similarly with speaking, I've personally found that smiling is a very engaging way to get your audience interested in what you're saying. They'll be like, why is he so happy? So in conclusion, I'd recommend treating your voice with respect because it is the only voice you will ever have until we have advanced medical science that can give you a new voice. As well, try the lip bubble exercise, which will be very helpful for warming up your voice at home. As well, vocal variety can include the elements of speed, pitch, volume, and tone. Thanks very much.